Brexit is costing the UK economy £100 billion a year.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brexit is costing the UK economy £100 billion a year, with the effects spanning everything from business investment to the ability of companies to hire workers. The findings chip away at Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's assertion that Brexit is a huge opportunity for the UK that's starting to be realised. We've made huge strides in harnessing the freedoms unlocked by Brexit to tackle generational challenges, Sunak said in a statement Monday night. The Bloomberg study acknowledges that calculating how much output has been lost due to Brexit is neither easy nor precise, not least because leaving the EU coincided with the seismic disruptions caused by the coronavirus pandemic. The UK economy continues to be blighted by shortages of workers, and Brexit has played no small part. If for a while it looked like the barriers imposed with the EU in 2021 were driving a wedge between the UK and the G7's trade performance, that gap no longer looks as significant, they wrote. Still, trade data has been subject to methodological revisions, potentially clouding the comparison. Over the longer term, we would expect trade to bear the brunt of the impact of leaving the single market.
This post received a score of 61,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Where's old mate Nigel Farage?
That was the best part. He let him out and then just quit like, not my problem anymore.
He's vocal on Twitter about the problems we are facing, the problems he had a huge hand in creating. He's such a fucking dick.
He has prior form. As the UK's former fishery representative in the European Parliament, the lazy shit never showed up for meetings or votes, then got the UK fishermen to support Brexit because the country's fishing interests weren't being represented in the aforementioned Parliament.
I really don't care about UK fishermen. The whole damn industry employs fewer people than Sports Direct, and makes rather less money. What I care about is that an awful lot of people were persuaded that it was worth turning the country upside down for an industry worth less than a sports clothing store.
Where did you get your SD employment figure from? I'm not doubting you. It's just a fun comparison and I'd like to use it in the future.
Britain struggling under trade sanctions applied by Britain.
The only country in human history to democratically vote to impose economic sanctions on itself. Edit. Okay, I'm getting a lot of replies asking things like, what if the vote margin was bigger? Or, should the government ignore the will of the people? Here is my reply to those kinds of questions. A voter absolutely should not expect a referendum that is blatantly designated not binding to be acted on by the government, not by any margin, and especially not be a 3-point margin. The leaders of the government, who, by the way, are the leaders of one of the most powerful governments and organizations in the entire world, should be trusted, at least to the extent that it applies to the prospect of national suicide, to do the right thing and step back from the ledge after looking and seeing exactly how far the fall actually is. You might as well pack up the entire government and call it quits when the government starts rubber-stamping decisions with international implications and nothing but bad implications for their own freaking country and economy. Correct. As a Swiss citizen who is familiar with direct democracy, I know too well that our politicians bend the rules in their favor as much as possible if the people voted for something really stupid. If this had happened in Switzerland, nobody would have given two flying FCKS about a glorified opinion poll, which is what the Brexit referendum exactly was, and would have moved on, waiting until the people found something else to complain about.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.